How you doing now? I am back to talk about the detrimental effects of religion. Um, I'm not going to make this a long, drawn out video, but this is some black pill content for you here. The detrimental effects of religion. Religion is something that can really mind. It can mess you up. It can f your mind up. I don't want to do no cursing, but religion can really f your mind up. Religion is something that's very detrimental to the mind. A lot of black people are indoctrinated with religion, and I'm not saying be an atheist. I'm not saying don't believe in God, but what I am saying is that you have to think, use your mind, and use wisdom. Um, you have to ask yourself, if you've been going to church your whole life and you've been praying for a miracle and nothing has come to pass, that ought to tell you that it's not working. Evidently, the higher power does not care about your prayer, and he ain't trying to hear what you got to say. Religion is so detrimental because it's teaching you, you know, to believe in something that you cannot see. And that's very detrimental to the mind because, I used to sit around and pray for wealth. I used to pray for success. I used to pray for large amounts of money. But one thing, and I've even heard the pastor say this in church, faith without works is dead. And I agree with that. I truly agree with that. You can pray all you want, but you got to put the work in. And I believe in that. Faith without works is dead. Sitting around praying for success, sitting around praying for millions of dollars, sitting around praying, for Ermenegildo Zegna suits, sitting around praying for Brunello Cucinelli suits, sitting around praying for all of this stuff is not going to make it come to you. You got to put the work in to get this stuff. And that's where religion can really mind it can mind F you. It can really mind F you because sitting around praying for a miracle isn't going to do anything. You got to put in the work. And that's how religion is so detrimental. And it instills a lot of fear in you. I remember growing up as a kid, I would be terrified of hell, having nightmares about hell, thinking that devil is out to get you. But see, that's what religion does to you. You hear a noise in the other room, you think it's some demons at work. This is how religion can really mess your head up. And as I've gotten away from religion and the church, my mind has opened up. I think more logically now. I see things for what they are. And I feel like my IQ has risen a couple of notches since I left the church because religion, it can really dumb you down. It instills a lot of guilt and fear in you. And I believe this is why, especially in the African American community, a lot of blacks, once they become adults, they don't go to church anymore. I haven't been to church since summer of 2018. It's about to be 2024. Next year makes 6 years. I got away from that foolishness because I understand how detrimental it really is. And, once you get away from religion and once you detach yourself away from that flock, you'll begin to be more logical and you'll begin to see things from a realistic perspective instead of having your head in a cloud. Because sitting around praying for millions of dollars and praying for success is not going to make it come to you. You got to put in the work. And that's how religion is so detrimental because it's telling you that all you can do is just sit on your behind and pray for a miracle and it's going to fall out of the sky. Things don't work that way in the real world. And once you get away from religion and you begin to detach yourself from that stuff, you'll begin to think more logical and you'll begin to see things for what they really are. You know, I'm not saying don't believe in God, but you have to question things and you have to look at things from a realistic perspective. I don't even wear the title as Christian anymore because one thing I had to understand about people that go to church all the time, a lot of them are highly delusional. They're highly delusional because they've been brainwashed. You know, they've been mind effed by that religion, you know, and it's extremely detrimental to the mind. You know, I'm not saying don't believe in God, but I'm saying you have to think logically and you have to look at things from a realistic perspective. Uh, you know, if you've been through nothing but hell in your life and you've been beat down in life and you've had a lot of negative experiences in life, you got to realize that evidently the higher power, he either don't hear your prayer or he just not concerned. You know, so you have to look at things from a realistic perspective. And this is one of the biggest reasons to why I backed away from religion. You know, it's funny, I've had women tell me that I talk like a preacher or whatnot, and I haven't stepped in a church in 5 years. I got the hell away from that stuff. And I don't plan on going back to church because one thing I had to understand too is that a lot of religious people, a lot of church people are some of the most evil people ever. They just hide behind that religion. A lot of them are not what you think they are either. You know, a lot of your so called church people, they're not what you think they are. Those people are not really of God like you think. But religion is it can mess your mind up, and it did a number on me. I didn't realize how church really affected me. I didn't think that religion really messed me up, but it did. You know, religion, it makes you scary, it makes you soft as a man, it makes you weak. I remember seeing my stepfather sit around, you know, he was just over obsessed with religion. I remember seeing my stepfather sit around with the Bible in his hand, reading scriptures all day, watching all of this religious programming and sitting around crying and stuff. Religion, it makes you weak as a man, it makes you scary, and it really takes your manhood away if you really think about it. Um, I am so glad that I backed away from that stuff because I realize the effects that religion has on you and how it can really mess you up. You know, um, sitting around praying for a miracle that ain't gonna make no miracle come to you. You got to get out here and work. You got to get out here and put forth the effort, and that's the way things are gonna come to you in life. You know, I used to believe in the old saying, "Good things come to those who wait," but it's a new saying that I heard, good things come to those who hustle. And I truly agree with that. You got to work. And that's why religion is so detrimental because it's making you delusional, making you believe that, you know, something is going to fall out of the sky or something is going to magically appear. You know, just like that one preacher named Peter Popoff selling that miracle water. My grandmother purchased that water, believing that that water is going to make a miracle come to you. It's not going to make no miracles fall out of no sky. And anything that's taking you away from reality, anything that's making you delusional or programming you to think a certain way, you don't want no parts of that. That's something that you really want to stay away from. And that's why I'm so glad and I'm proud of myself. I'm thinking about celebrating with some Moet and Shandon, celebrating my no church anniversary. Because next year will make 6 years that I have not been to church. It'll make 6 years next year. And since I've backed away from that religion, I think more logically and I see things for what they really are. You know, that's one bad thing about religion. It it hinders you from seeing things for what they truly are, you know. And anytime you don't look at things for what they really are, that's when you're treading on some dangerous waters. But that's pretty much what I wanted to say about how religion can be detrimental. Let me know your feedback. And I'm sure a lot of you were probably raised in the church and brainwashed and indoctrinated with this stuff. Feel free to leave your feedback. Your comments will be greatly appreciated. Uh, Let me know how you guys feel about this, because I'm sure a lot of you were raised in the church as well. You know, the landlord need to change that alarm. But I'll see you guys in the next presentation. Peace out. And I will be coming back at you guys real soon. Consistency, remember, consistency is key. All right now.